No, I just, I think everybody wants to take away something that's concrete today, some steps on how to bloom and how, to start making some changes within them and find, inner peace and so on. So, I just want to know how diet plays a role in that.
Well, diet plays one role in it, but also bigger than just diet is lifestyle habits. There's so many different lifestyle habits that we can adapt in order to really bloom and thrive. Yoga, meditation is definitely on the forefront of those, but then there's also very simple things like starting every day with warm lemon water, something that will alkalize your body. Stress is something that's extremely acidifying to the body. And every single one of these degenerative diseases that we have, if it is any kind of inflammation like arthritis or irritable bowel syndromes or different things like that, all the way down to cancer, all of those are basically diseases that started with an over-acidity in the body. So just with something very simple like drinking warm lemon water, that will create a little bit more balance. Another thing is cleaning the lymph system, using things like skin brushing, dry skin brushing. After your shower, take a brush, take a loofah, brush your skin. Very, very simple, nothing to it, but it will make such a difference because the lymph is a system in the body, a system of circulation that actually is bigger than the rest of the circulatory system that has blood in it. Because for us to really eliminate our toxins, we need this really big system, but we don't have many ways of how we truly do that. Another thing through diet is to obviously eat as regular meals as we possibly can, and what I also recommend is about twice a year you do a little cleanse, a little fast. It doesn't have to be 40 days. It doesn't have to be like the huge thing. It can just be a couple of days of fresh squeezed juices. Something very simple, something that anybody can do, that anybody can really integrate into their lives. I think it is the accumulation of all these little steps that really make a difference. One of the things that Ramin has talked about of those questions that we can ask ourselves, it's another part of lifestyle that I think is hugely important. If every day we start with just two things, one of them is, what are the things that I'm grateful for? Name 5 things every morning before you get out of bed that you're grateful for, and you notice that the whole day will be different. And also another question that has been one of my best friends to me in the times of hugest stress is, what is the discomfort that I can lean into today? That question has been transforming in my life, and it could be in yours too, because it will always invite you to take it just to the next level, just to the next step, and expand and bloom. Sometimes it's like a little seed. When that seed has to actually change form in order to sprout, in order to move out of the ground, it has to completely change form. It has to completely let go of everything that it ever identified with. So that little seed leaned into a huge amount of discomfort before it finally said, here I go. I am becoming a flower. I am blooming.
So you're saying that not having all the answers and feeling uncomfortable with that is good, like it's part of the process.
It's excellent. Yeah. It's excellent, because when you have the answer, then you always close the door. And when you do not have the answers, then you can sit in the very present moment.
That's really good. It's better than a therapist.
So you're so on the right place, in the right time.
Yeah, exactly. And you were talking about flower essences too. I mean, that's kind of appropriate with the theme of tonight too.
Oh, very, very much so. Flower essences is something that I think in our culture is really not recognized enough. Mostly because a lot of people don't have any idea what it is and have never really heard about it. But flower essences are the essences that are made of flowers. Not so much the scents, but truly the essences, the extracts that are made from flowers. And like each flower has a particular quality to it. You know, even when you look at a rose or when you look at a lily, there's something else that opens in you. When you look at a big oak tree, there's something else that opens in you, and the quality of that is something that you can actually ingest. It's interesting that, for instance, the flower essence for oak is associated with strength. So taking those flower essences and taking different mixtures of those flower essences that sometimes are quite surprising when you get a session and to find out what is it that's really going on, you know, and you explore these things with drawings, with questionnaires, with subconscious hints that are being given, and then there's a flower essence that you work with, and over those next 3 weeks or months that you work with that particular mixture, something really unusual begins to occur, because things begin to open up within yourself that maybe on your own you couldn't, just with the support of that particular flower. May it be the essence of oak, the essence of dandelion, which has a lot to do with survival and strength. And as everybody knows, dandelion, you can't kill them, right? Which is a great thing. I would have everybody making dandelion tea and dandelion coffee, you know, instead of putting poison on them. But that's a whole other discussion here.